Blessings, Aries, or the Inventor Innovator. This is your reading for February 2024. So let's go ahead and get started. Shuffle the cards one more time as I've already shuffled them. And we're going to go to, I'm actually going to go ahead and pull all of the cards and then do the reading maybe just a little bit differently. We'll see how it comes through today. Ooh, I love that card. Getting chills. Okay, let's see what. So as I'm kind of pulling these, if you want to think or feel into, if you have an intention that you want to kind of focus on as I go through the reading, you're welcome to do so. And let's just take a moment and have you breathe in that beautiful white blue light, allowing it to trace along the brain, down through the spine, and out through the mouth. Okay, so now the frequency of your body, this frequency of your spinal fluid is holding 963. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So your first position is the frequency that you're aware of, and that is the 1. And this 1 is still in the first, what I call the first level of the 1. So it's very much connected to thought, and it may feel even a little heady. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're holding it in programming, but there's always going to be a little bit more programming in this level than once you move into the embodiment and mastery level. So with that, if you were having, I'm like the vision that I'm getting is that you're having like downloads or insights, and it's so big and vast that your mind is trying to understand what it's saying or what it means. And so it feels really heady, but at the same time, there's actually value in just kind of allowing the heady space or your thoughts to come in and kind of analyze it, but not so much that you completely bring it into a filing cabinet. And so what I mean by that is you have gotten the download or you have the insight and you're playing with it back and forth between the frequency and what it means by putting a thought to it. And you're doing this in a really beautiful way. So if you're worried about being too heady about it, I'm going to say you're right where you're supposed to be, because eventually you're going to hold it kind of in that space of thinking for a long enough period of time that you're going to click and consciousness is going to hit the frequency and you're going to embody it. But for now, the focus may be more on exploring it through thought. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's part of the ascension process, is to move into the 4th level of consciousness. But first, we have to know that we're in the 3rd level of consciousness and to be able to hold that level of consciousness loosely enough that we can move it into the 4th. Let's see what DMT. Okay, oh my gosh. So the 11, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So this insight or whatever you're working on right now, this new beginning, this new thought, this new whatever you want to put there, this is a general reading, is super focused. You're very focused on the direction that it's bringing you to. And because of that, it is almost as if you're holding consciousness outside your programming, yet you're holding consciousness in thought connected to programming loosely enough that you're kind of mastering whatever this information is that's coming through. So rest in that, right? There's information, and being able to hold both a thought in both programming and outside of programming at the same time. That's a level of mastery. So awesome job. Okay, let's move on to what's being reflected back to you. So this is the mastery level of something that has been created outside of programming. I'm just really curious. I just almost want to tap into what you guys are holding in the intention of this. Because this is giving me chills. All right, so you're creating something new. It was in thought, but at the same time, people are seeing it as already being created because this is what's being reflected back to you. But you have to remember this could also be your own thoughts. So your thoughts may be, or just the energy that you're holding within your body is that this is already done. This has already been created, and now I'm just kind of playing it out, right? Because this, even though this is the reflection, this could be the reflection of what you know, right? Because to be able to know something, we have to be an observation of what we know. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here is, you know, whatever this is, it's already done. And now you're just kind of playing it out. You're just kind of showing up and doing what you need to do. You're not connected to the outcome. You're not connected to it has to be a certain way. You're just kind of curious to see how all this is going to play out because you know it's already done. And if this was a question, the answer is it is. It's already done. So you're literally, the book has been written, and now you don't necessarily know the script, but you know the ending. And now you're just kind of playing along. Let's see what DMT code is going to. Okay. So this is the ascended DNA. So whatever this cycle is, you're ascending past a karmic pattern. You're breaking those karmic patterns because karma, remember, does not exist in the frequency of 963. So this would also, this is just a little insight I want you to hold for yourself. Am I using a past life or a karmic pattern as an excuse to keep myself small and stuck? Am I using this to limit how much I am enjoying this new creation? Is it creating fear patterns? And in this moment, I want you to just look at this code and choose, am I ready to move past that? Am I ready to own that I am 100% responsible for everything? Everything. I am responsible of whether or not I am creating a reality, either in my programming or I'm ascending into a frequency beyond that. So, what you are not aware of, this is another 6. This is the ascended bloodline. So, what you're not aware of is that it is literally coded in your DNA to ascend the body, to ascend the human experience. So now I'm going to go back, and this is giving me major chills. I'm going to go back to this card. Where are you agreeing, or where are you holding on to an attachment of the human experience through your wounds, through an emotion, through, I don't want to give this up? This is saying just be aware of it. If you're going to choose to experience the illusion, at least choose it consciously. So if you're saying, I don't want to give up the chemical response of love, I really enjoy that. Awesome. Keep going for it. Keep letting yourself have that reality, but at least know that you're choosing the illusion because you are enjoying it. This is saying that when you choose consciously and you're choosing the illusion, it allows you to expand and hold yourself in a frequency beyond the illusion while you're experiencing the illusion. I'm going to see what DMT code is going to be connected to this. Okay, so you have the 3. So you truly are in creation of the new human experience, and you get to decide in every given moment how you want to have that experience. Consciousness, awareness is everything. I would much rather you choose. I'm going to give you an example. I know that eating a whole entire chocolate pie is probably not the best thing for my body, but I'm going to do it because I fully enjoy eating the entire chocolate pie. I'm consciously choosing to eat the entire chocolate pie because I am going to enjoy every single bite of it. And I'm also consciously aware that I'm probably going to feel not so great after I do it, but I'm choosing it because that's what I'm choosing. And I'm choosing it consciously. You could even take that a step further to see, why am I choosing it consciously? Meaning, I don't only just enjoy the taste of it, but in the moments that I'm eating that chocolate pie, I feel nourished. I'm escaping reality. I am treating myself. I am gifting myself. I know exactly what I'm choosing, and I know exactly what the result's going to be, but I'm going to choose it anyways. Awesome. You're doing it consciously. When we do that, we open up a space for our consciousness to actually be held outside of the dense looping cycle of what it is that you're doing. And eventually, consciousness will move into that frequency where you will start to create choices that are different. It's an exercise to choose an awareness. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so let's move on to the 33. So this is your co-creation space. So this is when you move into the 4th level of consciousness, and you are truly creating your new frequency pattern. This is mastery. This is bioquantum. This is mastery of the body. This is the mastery of the mind. This is mastery of consciousness. It is truly bringing the body, mind, spirit into the frequency of 963 beyond observation. This is in co-creation of observation. So, meaning that you're co-creating in a frequency of observation through consciousness being held outside of programming. So, what is this saying? It's saying this awareness of what you're choosing is going to truly shift you into a space where you are going to be different. And the question again, is that okay with you? Are you willing to move into a frequency where you do not know who you are? That you are self-discovering through a frequency that has an intelligence beyond what you know, what you understand. This is what keeps people from changing. It's because they don't know who they are outside of their programming. Are you willing to put your consciousness there in this abstract space of source intelligence and leave it there long enough until you start to self-discover, till you start to self-actualize in a frequency beyond where you are now? Are you willing to be uncomfortable in that? And if you are, magic will happen, but it has to be a choice. Am I willing to move beyond the human experience? And I'm going to say that that's what this is about, because whatever human experience you're attaching to right now, it's ready to ascend so that you can create a level of mastery to break through the matrix, to live an abundant life. new start, new thought, new body, new idea. This cannot happen when we are attached to our programming, when we are attached to an identity of who we think we are. Just really sit in that. We can shift through avatars to hold consciousness and an identity to accomplish something. But we want to master the consciousness of each avatar to do that. It's not identifying who we are. We're using that identity to ascend. There's a difference. Okay, really think about that. Okay, sorry, I'm going so deep here. All right, let's move into the next code, which is possibilities. And what I love about this, if you look, these arrows are all going that way. And this arrow was going this way. And now I'm going to put the DMT code with that. So you have the 9 that is giving you a direction into abstract frequency. When you do that, you start to reflect 9 and 9. God reflects God, and the source reflects source, whatever word you want to put there. So when we're mastering 9 reflects 9, God reflects God. That's how we master the matrix. The 9 is mastering the matrix because you're seeing within the illusion of the matrix that everything is source. Everything is the 963. And in that moment, because you're reflecting, you bring the bridge. You activate the 2. 9 plus 2 is 11. It brings consciousness outside of the matrix. This is your possibility. If you are willing to hold yourself, you are willing to be aware of where you're attaching to identity, where you're attaching to whatever it is, you put what it is here for you, you know. And if you don't, I would sit with it. Awareness is everything. It allows you to break through the matrix. You master the matrix by knowing everything's in the frequency of 963, creating the bridge to holding consciousness and mastery. I would bring your intention into this frequency right here. Am I holding my intention beyond the illusion? Am I holding my intention beyond outcome? Am I holding my intention in a space where I can have new thought, I can have thought, but it's held very loosely so that I'm always attuning to something beyond my programming? Where am I choosing karmic patterns? Where am I choosing emotion? Where am I choosing emotion over frequency? Where am I holding on? What am I not willing to give up in order to have the new human experience of mastery so that I can move into full abundance? Abundance that is completely beyond what you have experienced before. Because this position here is brand new. It's a frequency that has never been experienced. And you are getting abundance. This is a year of abundance. It's the focus. Where in my life do I need to bring abundance? But outside of my expectation of what that is, you will get the information you need. When you let go of identity, you will be guided. When you let go of thinking that you are a certain way or a certain person, like this is the saying that I'm hearing. Well, this is just who I am. I know who I am. This is my purpose. This is why I'm here. All that has to go. All of it has to go. Let yourself open up and be like, you know what? I don't know who I am. I don't know who I am in the frequency of 963. I don't know what my purpose is in the frequency of 963. And I am willing to not have a purpose so that I can continually attune my consciousness to a frequency beyond what I feel like I know. That is ascension. That is this reading. Let's code you. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to actually move each frequency. I'm going to let this go to pinning. I'm going to let go of this pin. Pardon me as I do this. And now we're going to go to pin this. All right, so what I want you to do, let's move all these out of the way, is knowing that the evolution symbol is coding your body to be held in expression of the frequency of 963. So looking at the code 11, bringing it into the mind, into the pineal gland. Now I want you to push your consciousness through the 6, connecting the 11, allowing both codes to move into your third eye, your pineal gland, allowing them all begin to work together to spin, bringing in the 3. So now you're pushing your consciousness through the cards, connecting all 3 codes together, adding the 1, pushing your consciousness to the bottom card, allowing them all to move into the pineal gland, adding the 2. You may start to feel that your mind is starting to really activate. All the cells of your body are beginning to activate. We'll end with the 7. Allowing all the codes to move into the mind, into the pineal gland, allowing them to spin, activating every cell of your body, upgrading your software system, allowing you to hold consciousness in where your choices are holding you back, being willing to let go of the attachment of identity so that you can step into the mastery of a purpose that's beyond your understanding, so that you can live in synchronicity, flow, abundance, and wealth. Loving you all just so much. This is a very powerful reading. I hope you feel the power in it. I know I do. And I'm just going to send you all so much love and a big hug until we meet again.